Hello, YouTube. Michael Constantine here. I lost almost everything because I couldn't get legal aid. This wall to wall with almost nothing. I've been on the road for 2 years trying to put together the story about what happened to us, what caused us to lose so much. And it all started out with finding out that my wife was a sexual assault victim after she died. From there, the people responsible started to file false reports and target my children in order to silence me because I was asking questions, trying to figure out why our lives had been devastated and what had been going on that led to this extreme tragedy that we suffered. I ended up getting very sick because some things had been done to me that I didn't know about. And there was no way that I could have controlled for the circumstances I was affected by. Something terrible was done. I couldn't get legal assistance. I couldn't get medical assistance. And I was victimized criminally on a secondary basis by the people who saw what was going on and perceived vulnerability was in place. There was nothing that I could do. It was really, really terrible, beyond anything you can imagine, the things that were happening. What I came to realize is that the reason that nothing was done against any of the people in question was that police corruption in the place that I came from was an extremely serious problem. They literally had not prosecuted a case for the crimes that were taking place involving my spouse. And, it's been 5 years since the last prosecution in a city of tens of millions of people. And it devastated our lives. It ruined our lives. I mean, like, for the medium to long term, potentially. It's been 6 years and things have not gotten better. I've just gotten better at surviving and dealing with the adversity that I was placed under. The system did not help. The authorities were complicit with what was going on. They were aware of what was happening to her. Someone knew, and I know who it was because they told me. And I had a number of people come to me with confessions and things like that, explaining things that had happened, and I couldn't believe it. But now I have asthma chronically. I suffer from severe anxiety and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And I feel sick a significant percentage of the time. Probably anywhere between 20 and 40% of the time, give or take. I feel unwell. I feel a malaise. Because she did something to me that damaged my adrenal system. I was not even aware that she was doing this to me. She was forcing things on me that I did not want. That's how it is when you are in a situation with somebody who has been brought up by a family of sexual perpetrators, predators, people who prey on the suspecting, the weak, and the innocent. I didn't want to be a part of a family like that, or to marry somebody who was a perpetrator of violent crime because they had been victimized with the same types of violent crimes and worse. But because of the deception, there was no way that I could have known what was going on. And now it's become my life mission to share these things that happened to bring awareness and action against people who were doing these things, because this wasn't the first time I'd encountered a situation like this, unfortunately. I thought that I could be free, that I could live and be safe as an adult. I thought that I would be okay when I got to adulthood, that I'd be safe. I could just get away from people who had hurt me. And I ended up marrying somebody who was extremely dangerous. I mean, the things that this person done were absolutely horrific. You just can't even imagine the violence. And the deal was that it wasn't like right in your face, like, oh, they're hitting you while you're awake and stuff like that. Most of the time it was things that happened discreetly. The stuff that would give you real serious nightmares to know that it was happening. That you were involved with somebody who was doing these types of awful things. It was a serial case. And every day, I think to myself, am I ever going to be able to rebuild my life, have a permanent home somewhere for myself and my family? Because these people have tried so much to silence me and to get revenge. That's how it is when you're a victim of domestic violence. That's how it is when you're a victim of repetitive sexual assaults and forcible drugging and horrors that you can't even imagine. There are people out there who are actually that malicious that they'll do that just because they can. It gives them an enormous sense of power to be able to hurt somebody who doesn't even know they're being hurt. And then they'll look you right in the face and they'll smile at you during the day because they're remembering torturing you. I'm a torture survivor. And I think that I've fared far better than most people, but it caused me to lose more than a step. And the worst part was that these people would try to weaponize the authorities against me and my family, against me and another survivor. Someone who was a child when they were victimized with a violent attack that left them hospitalized. They almost died. And I can't express to you the deep, unimaginable rage that I feel towards these people. It's just, there are no words that do justice for the type of action that needs to take place against these people. They need to be stopped. And if law enforcement isn't going to do it, someone needs to. If they're ever identified, I know that the public is going to take care of the problem. I know that they will do the right thing, that they will stop the remaining people, because there's more of them that are out there. And these people are so dangerous. You just don't even suspect. When you meet them, I mean, like, people who go to church every week, you know, people who seem decent and approachable. And the truth is that some of them are very, very dangerous. And that's the thing, is that it's the ones that you'd never suspect that are the worst. That's what I learned. I was best friends with the very worst of them. I was fooled completely. Never suspected a thing. And this is the price. Everything I had worked for my entire life, even before I became an adult, almost all of it is gone. My home ended up in foreclosure and it went to auction. And my health is permanently damaged. I don't know if I'll ever be what I was again, or have what I had again, which I had worked extremely hard for. I'm in debt, and everything that I worked for, the things that I owe money on, are gone.